I am back. I am back now. I am taking a little snack break because. Alright, let me make sure I'm not doxing. Okay, so. Wait, I don't want to be seen right now. My internet just like went out. And I'm guessing it's an internet thing. I don't know. But I just got internet back. So let's see. Let's see. Okay, so where's my. Okay, I'm still here, I promise. I'm just for looking for it. I'm just looking for what I wanted to share. I guess I didn't save. I guess I don't like save TikToks as much as I thought I did because I cannot find it. All right. So, let me go to Twitter. Oh. Okay, so let's talk about this women's march tweet. Let's talk about this women's march tweet. And I'm not showing y'all what I'm eating as a snack because right now I don't know of any boycott, but I'm sure there is one that I don't know about. So, to my black folks, do not sign up for this. Now, of course, sorry, I don't know like what I thought this was going to do. I wonder if there's a screenshot, but basically it is women's march, like to sign up for the women's march. Sorry, I don't mean to eat. I feel like that's rude to eat on stream. But I needed a snack break. I needed some water too. Oh, and actually, while we're on the note of backstabbing, let's look. Let's look at this little graphic. So, disclaimer. I don't actually. So this I did not verify. Where's my chat? Okay, sorry. I was like really scared. I was like, where is my chat? So this is. I want to talk about something that isn't as vague. Backdoor ban on abortion. Okay, abortion bans, right? Pack the Supreme. So this, I don't want to say MAGA extremists because that, I don't want to say is subjective, but, I would rephrase this to say Supreme Court with conservative leaning appointees, end climate protections, and reduce clean energy, reinstate debt payments. But I wish they rephrased this to be like roll back debt, like debtor, no, debtee. Is it the debt? The person who is in debt, roll back flexibility for people in debt to repay or have forgiveness, because it is more than just payments. Sure, the payments are high, but what is making those payments so high? The interest, the terms, the inability to flex. Anyway, replace nonpartisan government with politically appointed Trump loyalists. Because, I mean, look at Trump's first term. All, like, senior White House officials were just family. Is that inherently wrong? No. But our country, I would argue, running the country should not be a family business. And I'd be saying that even if it was Biden's family taking up all those spots. Even if it was Kamala Harris's family taking up all those spots. Even if it was Obama's family. I don't think I would be concerned if it's family members running our government, but that's just me. Abolish the Department of Education. I remember when we thought Betsy DeVos was the worst thing that could happen to the Department of Education, but now it is the DOE literally dissolving. So we could go through all this, but it is inherently known that Kamala Harris is not going to do this. Or if there isn't anything in direct opposition, like the direct opposite, she is not going to do anything. Like, clearly this is written for people who are on the liberal side. So what does this have to do with people of color, right? Reinstate student debt payments. So in general, people who borrow money, and I know wealthy people borrow money, but let's talk about who benefits from being in debt. Wealthy people benefit from debt because they don't have to repay right away, meaning their assets can be invested and make more money for them as they pay back the money that they borrowed. They are making more with that money invested rather than paying what they got the loan for. Who is borrowing money because they don't have money? Poor people. People who don't have discretionary spending. Those are people who are going to be marginalized, the lower class. So when you see people from the lower class, which is not the majority, but is a large chunk of the U.S. population, and lower class is definitely, like, let's actually define lower class. Bottom 20% of earners. I am curious to see how many of the bottom 20% of earners voted for Trump. Because this alone, it's not just about student debt. Because I'd be willing to bet that their attitude towards debt repayments are going to translate to credit card, to home, to medical payments, education. It's not just, this is education, student debt. Anything related to borrowing money. Making money off of people borrowing money. That is going to impact you. So it's like, why? There are so many people who would be hurt by these policies or by this attitude or direction on these issues, but they voted for him anyway. It's just, I understand, but I don't understand. Like, going back to what I was talking about people not knowing. social media is very different. But social media, there's omission, there's things that they're not receiving, but there's things that they're also not receiving and not understanding the implications of in practice. So I remember seeing a tweet, "Oh, I voted for Trump, but I didn't think he was going to get rid of the Affordable Care Act." Or let's talk about Social Security. Let's talk about Social Security. There's so many people. "Oh, but I earned my Social Security." I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter with Trump. "Oh, but that was for people who what do they say? They act like they think that they are separate. Like they'll say, "Oh, I don't want people who didn't pay into it getting Social Security. There's so many people getting Social Security." Sorry, I'm like, I can't talk, like I need more water. But then they don't realize they are included in that. They are included when the axe drops. I'm looking at these and I'm just like, oh, the tariffs. Everyone's talking about tariffs. So a lot of people I've seen, or not a lot of people, but I've seen content where they'll say, "Oh, but the other country pays for the tariffs." Let me see if I can find that. Tariffs. I don't know why it's not showing up on my likes. Let me see if I can find it because I really want to watch this interview. And there's a very particular video that I really liked because they try to explain. Wait, where's my liked? I have so many liked. Where is it? Okay, I know it's close. I know it's close. Okay. I realize I like a lot of TikToks. Where are you? See, I'm finding so many TikToks. I'm like, oh, like I kind of wanted to. Alright, I'm gonna give myself like another 10 seconds. I wish it would say like viewed today versus viewed yesterday. See, I'm finding TikToks about the same thing, and I know I just saw it. And I know I hit like. So why aren't you showing up? I guess the. Okay, I know I said 10 seconds, but I really. Oh, is this it? No. Okay, so this is a TikTok about the tariffs, but not the TikTok that I wanted to show about the tariffs. It's like an interview style too. Like, why am I not seeing it? Why am I not seeing it? Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I really. It's so good. It's. Wait, is this? No. This is another. Okay, okay. Hold on. I'm looking, I swear. Um. Okay. I don't know why I can't find it. This is so, like, strange because I found, like, every other TikTok that I've seen. And, okay, so tariffs was like, oh, well, the other country is going to pay for the tariffs. And they're like, do you not understand what a tariff means? Like when you purchase from outside, let's say like, I purchase from, I don't want to name a specific country. Let's say I import something from the Atlantic Ocean. There's a specific tariff, like a tax, like sales tax. You don't pay sales tax when you buy something. Or sorry, the company doesn't do sales tax. When you buy something, you pay that sales tax. That's basically how a tariff works. You pay it. And the person was saying that they had a small business, so it doesn't impact them because the other countries pay the tariffs. It's like they presented it to them like it was like a new revenue stream for the country. Like, oh, he's gonna get other countries. He's gonna get the Atlantic Ocean. That's using an example. That's not literal. To pay these tariffs. Like, no, it's us. We pay the tariffs. But at the same time, it makes me angry that people are like, oh, but the tariffs. It's like, wow. What's turning people to slowly regret voting for him is being like, I didn't know that. But you know about the abortion bans. You know about eliminating Medicare and Social Security. And let's look at this list. Increasing taxes for middle class family, like anti-union, Department of Education. But of course it's money. It's money that changes your votes, not humanity, not caring about other people's. So that is also why people are tired. Why should we care about your problems? Why should we care about your problems? Why are you asking us for support? Because it is a two-way street. You know what? Maybe it is transactional. Those are comments that I'm aligned with. Sorry, I sound so corporate. Like, again, the hand on the stove. Why should we pour into, why should we interact with something that is just going to hurt us? Like, I am not going to support Trump voters. You literally actively, in some cases, go out of your way to vote to support policies that exist to harm me as a woman, as a Black woman, as an immigrant. I'm trying to think what other like intersectionality. Like I think that's it. That's all I can think of. Or middle class, I'm lucky to have a roof over my head, but I'm not that far from homelessness. So that I can't say that my reasons are why all Black women or all Black people, and I'm sure there's other marginalized people who are non-Black who are fed up too. But that's why I'm done. I'm done going out of my way to go out of my way. Because this saying, oh, like, I'm voting for Trump, like, tell me what was so. And that's the thing. I don't hear anything bad about Kamala, just that, oh, like, she, doesn't support a ceasefire, which, if I recall, she eventually does. Let's fact it. Let's fact it. Okay, Reuters. Let me go to Reuters. That's going to be my source. All right, now that I looked at this link and made sure it's the right link, let's go. So October 19th, 2024. Harris says she won't give up pushing for end to Israel-Gaza war. All right, I want to give you ad time. Repeated her call for a ceasefire. So yeah, she does support a ceasefire. What's Trump's stance, right? And I swear I'm not trying to dog on Palestinians. I'm dogging on Palestinian supporters who did not vote for Harris. Or I'm trying to think if I want to be, if I want, I don't know, because Jill Stein, like people who vote for her, I don't know if I can be mad at. I really don't think I can be mad. So you know what? I'm going to refine that to say I am mad at Trump voting Palestinian supporters. So let's look up Trump's stance on Israel. Oh, what'd I do? Is there Reuters? Because I want to use the same source if I'm going to compare. Okay, so Okay, so this is from August. Trump says he told Netanyahu to end Gaza war, but criticizes ceasefire. Criticizes ceasefire. Here we have it, and this was August. I don't even need to say what's there. He threatened to arrest and deport them from the U.S. if he became president. That's Palestinian, pro-Palestine supporters. Tell me why we shouldn't be tired. Tell me why. And hold on, let me zoom in just in case. Just in case. Don't be shocked. We're not tired. So, it's 10 o'clock. I think I've been streaming for how long now? I've been streaming for how... I was like, wait, it's not showing that I'm live. I was like, it's not showing. It's just... Oh, I thought that said results. So how did we get here? Oh, I meant to zoom in. Oh, did they call it? Oh, they just called it. In the stream. Okay, so they called it. In the time that this stream, over the span of 2 hours, they called. This is how we got here. People being motivated by money. People being influenced by people being motivated by money. And lots of it. This is not an accident. This is not a whoopsie. And you know what? Actually, I could go into, because I've been dogging on Trump and his supporters. We messed up. We did not deliver. You were complacent from 2020. And maybe I was too. But my friends know this. My friends know this. I was like, I do not believe it. Like, they're like, oh, she's going to win. She's going to win. Like, people, January 6th, the convictions, everything that's come out, like, he's not going to win. He's not going to win. I said, when I see VP Harris put her hand on the Bible to be sworn in as president, that's when I believe it. I'll see it when I believe it. That's what I said. I did not. I feel the same thing. I was worried in 2016. I remember Hillary's going to win. Hillary's going to win. I was like, oh, okay. And where are we now? 8 years later. This better be a wake-up call for the Democrats. And I even forgot to say, I left the Democratic Party in January of this year. I'd been thinking about, I actually wanted to leave January 2023. I was like, yeah, I'm going to leave. Like, I'm not happy. The reason why I left was a multiple of factors. So obviously January 2023 was before October 7th, but I did end up leaving the party due to my own representative, which I'm not going to say, but obviously it's a Connecticut one, stance on Israel and Palestine. Not that it was a bad stance, or like a bad stance, like it was very neutral. And I don't like neutral. I like something affirmative. So I felt it was pandering more so than being active or affirmative or showing a stance. So let me go back to what I was saying. Democrats have lost again, and we saw this when we compared the numbers from 2020 to 2024. Oh, vote for Democrat, vote blue no matter who. People don't have an issue with voting blue. There's an issue with no matter who. People don't want to be told, oh, well, you have to vote. People don't want to be looked down on. People of color, and that's also another thing. Black women and black people do not want to be looked down on and be guilt tripped into voting. But we did it anyway. We did it anyway. Because you see that 9% of black women, we were told, oh, you have to vote for Harris. If there was a third party candidate that supported more than just a ceasefire, I would have voted for them. I would have voted for them. I wasn't excited about Biden. I wasn't excited about Harris. But I donated. I bought a sign. I stuck the sign out in front of the house. I bought a t-shirt. I wore it on election day to do all my errands. But people are done. And the Democratic Party continually shows that they are not keeping up with the times. The Republican Party, they did their homework. And it shows. It shows. Pennsylvania. I guess Minnesota was Harris, but I could have sworn that this was all red. Like, I could have sworn this was all red at one point, and it was literally just the Northeast and the West Coast. But I guess Illinois, it's not really that close, though. This is kind of close. Oh. Look at this. This is kind of close. This is not close. Not close. Not close. Nowhere close. No. This is not really. Georgia is not as close as Biden and Harris, but that's not close. But look at these swing states. Pretty decisive. Even blue. Like, let's not even talk about red states. Even blue states. Like, you're seeing 50-40. You're not seeing, like, look at this. 60-30, that's a landslide. Look, 50-30. 50-40-30. To me, that's swing state. And if Democrats don't look and focus on the shift, like, to me, if we went, like, you know what, I should make a graph and see what increased. Was there an increase in red, an increase in blue? This map I would be willing to bet every single state would have red showing as the party that increased the most. This whole thing would be red. They were right. There's a red wave. There was a red wave. Oh, I almost forgot about Alaska and Hawaii. Democrats cannot just say, oh, we're going to do tax breaks. Because what did Republicans say? Republicans have an affirmative stance. And that's another thing, the border. Even though we have a border much longer in the north, people care about this one. Even though we have people coming in on planes and overstaying visa, people care about people walking over this border. I myself can't even really explain to you what Democrats planned. And let's look up Kamala's immigration plan. Because honestly, unfortunately, people demonize migrants coming from the South in particular. So let's look at this AP link. Where do Trump and Harris? Okay, so let's read this, right? Let's do a little research. I said I was going to end the stream. I'm just getting started, right? Yep. It's a key issue. Border security shied away. Big mistake. Big mistake. That's why we're here. That's part of why we're here. To restore. And that's another thing. I remember there was criticism on how Biden-Harris rolled back or went back on what they were originally going to do. Enforce border security and crack down, right? But how? Oh, so she warned. She said, do not come. By killing, compromise, that would have including toughening asylum standard. So this might have appeased some of those Trump voters and brought them over to her side. But even as a not a Trump, well, that was not a that was not a slip. I'm definitely a Kamala Harris voter. Even as a Harris voter, that would bring, or I did not see that anywhere. You want to know what I saw? Project 2025 is going to happen. Abortion. And abortion is a big issue. But they underestimated how much, they definitely underestimated immigration. They thought, oh, that's just what middle America, that's just what white people are worried about. Everybody's worried about immigration. We have buses. I'm in the Northeast. Buses are coming up full of migrants. I have no problem with migrants coming into this country. I'm an immigrant. There is no difference between me, who came on a plane almost 20 years ago, versus someone who risked their lives walking across the border down south. There is not a single difference. I have a social security and they don't. A social security number and they don't. There's no difference. Unfortunately, there's a lot of immigrants who think, oh, well, I did it the right way. I'm sure you did. Because let's be real. They say they did it the right way, but you had help. I had help. My parents handled all my immigration paperwork. I was not born a U.S. citizen. I wasn't born in this country. One day I had a U.S. passport and a social security card. I had help. So no way am I going to act like I'm better or, well, I'm different. I'm a good immigrant. Because technically, why was I allowed to have or become a citizen? Because of policies that were friendly towards